Hey DJ, what about the accident on the I-85? It was extremely bad.
Yeah, I know, I did too, but the media skews everything for public consumption to get people to be on their side.
Oh, really? Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, the accident wasn't actually as bad as they said it was. They skewed the details to get people to believe on their side and that they could reduce the likelihood of it happening again. General Motors had this problem too. Truck, which had the fuel tank outside of the frame, and the media used the side that they wanted, or the details that they wanted, to get people on their sides.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That actually reminds me, I read up on an article a while back. It said that the media likes to skew things with using emotion and stuff.
Yeah, this problem happens in court cases too. The plaintiffs get all the benefit because the defendants can't say anything or the evidence will be incriminated against them. So the media skews the public towards the plaintiffs.
Yeah, I also read another article about the media just completely cutting out or emphasizing certain points in a case. Like, for example, if there's a car driving off a hill and it accidentally hit a tree, everyone would be like, oh, yeah, it's an accident. But once emotion is involved, if they say, oh, a kid was hit, oh, everyone would be down.
To elaborate, news articles recently become increasingly more biased. Authors use clickbait titles and drag out their view time in order to maximize their advertisement revenue. They use anonymity and emotion to rile up the readers. Since the authors don't have any attachment to the readers, they have no problem completely lying and manipulating them. They also use loaded words such as absurd, downplay, and infuriate in order to get reactions out of the reader. These factors contribute to dividing society today, where only articles that are biased towards a person's ideology are viewed. This is also known as confirmation bias.
To elaborate on what I said earlier, the author is a mathematician, so he doesn't understand how the public is so numb to the effective bias used by the media. He talks about how every morning he reads a newspaper, and in that newspaper he always finds one doleful story located in it, in which the author uses a sad picture of children or a picture of that sort in order to sway the thoughts and feelings of the reader. The author also talks about court cases, in which the plaintiff always has the advantage because anything the defendant says could be used against him. He also talks about how in these cases, neutral story writers never get any readers because it's too boring to read them because they're just facts. However, articles which use pathos get many readers as they evoke emotions from the people who read them. Plaintiff lawyers can also exploit the fact that in assigning causes, people are more likely to attribute to an event with momentous implications an agent rather than chance. This psychological foible, which the author exposes, explains why, in an experiment set up by a scientist in which two groups were told different stories about a car rolling down a hill in which one hits a boy and one hits a mailbox, why the one which was told that the car rolled down the hill and hit a boy thought that it was all due to negligence by the driver.
Our article was titled GM Truck Explodes in Side Collision. It's a story about news bias. Now, when people consume information, they're completely unaware of how skewed the information is.
Our author shows two examples, one of which is a court case where the plaintiff has the advantage since anything the defendant says can be used against him. Another example he uses is a situation where a car hits a boy versus a car hitting a mailbox and how the public reacts to each situation.
In fact, nowadays, since everything is pretty much electronic, it's easy to manipulate and completely skew information in an article because you don't know who's writing the article and who's consuming it.
That's all, folks.
It's all